Have you ever wondered about the films that had, like, a truly infamous journey to the screen?
Oh, yeah.
Films that seemed destined for greatness, but just faced obstacle after obstacle.
Absolutely. And sometimes the final thing, the final film, surprises everyone, maybe even the director themselves.
It's fascinating, isn't it? That friction, the creative battles behind getting a big movie made, especially part of a huge franchise. It's rarely smooth sailing.
Definitely not.
Exactly. And today, we're taking a deep dive into one of those films. The 1992 sci-fi horror film, Alien 3.
Ah, yes.
Alien 3. We're going to try and peel back the layers on its incredibly turbulent production, look at all those other versions of the story that almost happened.
So many versions.
Right. And see how all that chaos really shaped the film you know today, or maybe the one you thought you knew. Our mission here is basically to sift through the sources, unearth the hidden history, the surprising facts behind this pretty divisive entry in a legendary franchise.
And our main source for this, it comes from really detailed excerpts about Alien 3. Covers everything: plot, cast, the extensive production history.
Extensive's putting it mildly, I think.
Yeah. Visual effects, release, how critics reacted, even its life in, other media. It's a real goldmine of behind-the-scenes drama.
Even the basic premise kind of hints at the chaos, doesn't it? Picks up right after Aliens.
Right.
Ripley, an alien, only survivors of the Sulaco escape pod crash.
And they land on Furina Fury 161, maximum security penal colony, lots of violent male inmates. Not exactly a welcoming party.
No kidding. But from what I understand, the script itself was like a moving target from day one, right? This film had problems like shooting without a script.
Oh, absolutely. And tons of different writers and directors attached before they even rolled a single camera. It was already a wild ride.
Okay, let's unpack these.
It really was a development nightmare. I mean, after Aliens was such a huge hit, Fox obviously wanted more. But the producers, Brandywine, that's David Giller, Walter Hill, Gordon Carroll, they actually wanted to avoid just, repeating the formula.
Okay, so what was their angle?
Their focus was exploring Weyland-Yutani, the evil corporation.
Yeah.
Specifically, their plan to use the aliens as biological weapons.
Ah, the bioweapons angle. That tracks. And their initial idea for this was pretty ambitious.
Very. A two-part story, initially. The third film would actually have Corporal Hicks, Michael Biehn's character, as the protagonist.
Really? Hicks?
Yeah. Ripley, Sigourney Weaver, would just have a cameo, basically. Then she'd come back for an epic battle in the fourth film.
Huh. And Weaver was okay with that.
She actually liked it, called it a Cold War metaphor, which she found compelling.
Interesting. So what did Fox think?
Fox was skeptical about the two-parter, but they did finance the development. They even tried to get Ridley Scott back.
The original director. Makes sense.
Yeah, they wanted him to direct Alien 3 and shoot both sequels back-to-back, probably save some money. Scott's schedule just didn't work out, and that opened the floodgates, a whole parade of different writers, different directors, different scripts.
Okay, the parade of discarded scripts. This is where it gets really fascinating, right? The road not taken.
Exactly. First up, September 1987, William Gibson.
The cyberpunk legend, William Gibson.
Wow, yep. His script, sometimes called the Space Commies draft.
Okay, Space Commies. Tell me more.
So his version picks up right after Aliens. The Sulaco drifts into space, controlled by the Union of Progressive Peoples, the UPP. And there's a facehugger hidden in Bishop's mangled body. Clever, right?
Yeah.
It attacks the UPP soldiers who board the ship.
Sneaky.
Then what? The Sulaco gets to Anchor Point, this huge space station that's also like a shopping mall. Ripley's in a coma. So Hicks explores, finds out Weyland-Yutani is building an alien army.
Of course they are.
Meanwhile, the UPP are also doing alien research, and they actually fix Bishop.
They repair Bishop.
Predictably, both Anchor Point and the UPP stations get overrun by aliens. Hicks teams up with survivors. And it ends with Bishop teasing a fourth movie, saying humans need to unite and track the aliens to their source. Very action-heavy.
Wow, that sounds completely different. Hicks is the lead political allegory.
Totally. What's fascinating here is just how close we came to a completely different path for the whole franchise. A real contrast to the film we got. Some fans still think Gibson's version is superior.
I can see why. Was there, like, a deeper meaning?
There was apparently a subtext about the alien as a metaphor for HIV, but the producers, they called it a perfectly executed script that wasn't all that interesting.
Ouch. Seriously.
Yeah, they felt it lacked new directions, the human element, even Gibson's usual cyberpunk style. And then Gibson declined rewrites after the Writers Guild strike hit.
Ah, the strike.
Right. But here's the thing. That script didn't just die. Decades later, it got adapted into a comic series, a full-cast audio drama with Bien and Lance Henriksen back, and even a novel.
No way. So the uninteresting script lived on.
It really shows how these roads not taken can still resonate.
Not fully. Okay, so Gibson's out. Who's next?
February 1989, Eric Red. He completely disowns the script now.
That doesn't sound promising.
No. New characters, new alien types. It opens with special forces boarding the Slocco, finding everyone dead.
Grim start.
Then it jumps to a small American town, but it's inside a biodome in space.
Yeah.
Ends with this huge battle against hordes of aliens.
A biodome. Okay, that's different.
Brandywine rejected it pretty fast, deviated way too much.
Right. So after Red.
David Twohy came in. He was told to start with Gibson's script, but the whole Cold War thing felt dated by then, so he changed the setting to a prison planet.
Ah, the prison planet idea emerges.
Exactly. With aliens being used for illegal experiments, biological warfare stuff. Rennie Harlan was attached to direct around this time.
Rennie Harlan.
Yeah.
By Hard too.
Yeah, but he left. Too much development hell.
I can imagine. And this is when Ripley comes back into focus?
Precisely. Fox president Joe Roth basically put his foot down, said, Sigourney Weaver is the centerpiece of the series.
Makes sense. She is Ripley.
So Weaver came back for a pretty hefty price tag, $4 or $5 million, plus a co-producer credit.
Wow. Did she have demands?
Oh, yeah. She wanted action that wasn't just about guns and a story that was impressive and original.
Okay, so that leads us to Vincent Ward.
Yes. The wooden planet concept. Or the Luddite monks draft. This one is wild.
I've heard whispers about this. Tell me about the wooden planet.
So Ward gets hired by Walter Hill. He apparently came up with the idea on his flight to L.A. Ripley's pod crashes on this, monastery satellite made of wood.
Made of wood, in space.
Inhabited by these Luddite monks. They believe Ripley's arrival and the alien are a religious trial for their past sins.
The alien is the devil.
Pretty much. They see Ripley as a sexual temptation, only woman they've seen in 10 years. They lock her in a sewer at first, ignore her warnings about the creature.
Wow. So very atmospheric, very different.
Totally. And it was about Ripley's soul searching, dealing with the queen embryo inside her, and crucially, deciding to sacrifice herself. That was Weaver's big condition for returning. Ripley had to die.
Here's where it gets really interesting. Imagine a wooden planet, alien as the devil, and Luddite monks. It sounds like a completely different universe for the Alien franchise.
It really does. And the concept had supporters. Empire magazine called it undeniably attractive, visually arresting. Weaver loved it, called it original and arresting. It's even in a book, The Greatest Sci-Fi Movies Never Made.
So why didn't it happen? The wooden planet logic.
That was part of it. Producers questioned it, and a Fox executive, John Landau, apparently thought it was more on the artsy-fartsy side.
Artsy-fartsy, ouch.
Yeah. Ward refused to make studio-mandated changes, so he was fired, but elements survived.
Okay, so Ward's out, but his core idea sticks around a bit.
Sort of. Walter Hill and David Giller took control of the scriptwriting then. They blended bits of Ward's idea, the sort of monastic setting, Ripley's sacrifice, with Twohy's prison planet concept.
And Weaver was okay with them writing it.
Yeah, she actually had a clause requiring Hill and Gegler to write the final draft. She believed they wrote Ripley best.
Interesting clause. So who directs this hybrid script?
That's when David Fincher comes in, music video director, his first feature. He replaces Ward.
Fincher's first movie. Talk about trial by fire.
You have no idea. Filming starts January 1991, Pinewood Studios, without a finished script.
Still no script.
Nope. And they'd already spent $7 million. Exterior shot at Blythe Power Station, Blast Beach in the UK. Just chaos.
And the chaos continued.
Oh, yeah. Cinematographer Jordan Cronenweth had to leave after 2 weeks because of Parkinson's.
Man, did they even know how it ended?
They filmed an alternate ending, but scrapped it because it felt too much like Terminator 2.
Wow. So the production sounds like an absolute nightmare.
Pretty much.
But amidst all that, the visual effects team was doing some truly innovative work, right? Pushing boundaries.
Absolutely. That's one of the ironies. Stan Winston wasn't available.
The aliens effects guru.
Yeah, so his former guys, Tom Woodruff Jr. and Alec Gillis from Amalgamated Dynamics, they got the job. And they consulted H.R. Geiger, the original designer.
Geiger came back.
Yep, he revised the look, made the alien more of a puma or a beast, longer, thinner legs, no pipes on the back, sharp tongue, led to the Bambi Burster nickname.
Bambi Burster.
Yeah.
Because it looked more animalistic.
Yeah, quadrupedal. Tom Woodruff Jr. actually wore the suit, designed so he could walk on all fours. They also used rod puppets against blue screen, mechanical heads for close-ups.
Standard stuff, kinda.
Well, yes and no. They developed a new process called motion.
Motion, what's that?
It used a 1/3 scale rod puppet, about 40 inches long. 4 to 6 puppeteers manipulated it simultaneously while it was being filmed with a moving motion control camera.
Okay, so what did that achieve?
Incredibly fast, precise, complex movements, stuff a guy in a suit just couldn't do, really dynamic.
Yeah.
And they used some CGI, too, which was still pretty new for the cracking head effects, shadows, debris.
So what does this all mean? Production nightmare, but cutting-edge effects.
Exactly. It shows how sometimes technical innovation can come out of really difficult situations. They had to be creative, so even if Fincher felt totally constrained, the effects work itself was groundbreaking for the time.
Right. A weird silver lining, maybe.
Okay.
Okay, so despite all that, a film did get made. Let's quickly recap the theatrical plot.
Right. Pod crashes on Fury 161. Facehugger gets Murphy's dog, Spike.
Poor Spike.
Ripley's the only human survivor. Newt and Hicks are dead, found in their cryotubes.
Such a bleak start, killing them off screen.
Yeah, controversial. Ripley insists on an autopsy for Newt, worried about an embryo, then a funeral, bodies into the furnace.
And the alien appears.
Bursts from Spike, the quadrupedal one. Ripley reactivates Bishop, finds out a facehugger did come with them. Weyland-Yutani knows.
Of course they know.
The alien starts killing inmates. Murphy, Boggs, Rains, Golic goes psycho again.
But it spares Ripley.
Mysteriously, yeah. In the infirmary, she scans herself, finds the queen embryo, realizes that's what the company wants.
So she wants to die.
Begs Dylan, the inmate leader, to kill her. He says only if she helps kill the alien first.
The big plan in the Foundry.
Lure it in, trap it, pour molten lead on it. Big fight, lots of prisoners die. Dylan sacrifices himself. Morse pours the lead.
But it survives.
Escapes the lead. Ripley hits the sprinklers. Thermal shock makes it explode. Pretty cool effect, actually.
And then the company shows up.
Weyland-Yutani arrives. Commandos and a Bishop lookalike. Says he's the creator. Tie-ins call him Michael Bishop Weyland.
Tries to talk Ripley into giving up the queen embryo.
Yeah, says they can remove it. She refuses, grabs the emerging infant queen, throws herself into the furnace, kills herself and it. Morse is the only survivor left.
Wow. Bleak ending. So how did it do? Release May 92.
Debut number 2, behind Lethal Weapon 3. Domestically, it underperformed. $55.5 million. Didn't meet expectations there.
But internationally.
That's the key context, yeah. Over $100 million internationally. Total around $180 million worldwide, which actually outgrossed the original Aliens theatrical run.
So not the total bomb people sometimes remember it as, globally speaking.
Exactly. Critically, though, mixed. Very mixed. Rotten Tomatoes is like 44%, Metacritic 59%. Cinema score from audiences was a C.
Woof. A C. What did the big critics say?
Siskel and Ebert gave it 2 thumbs down. Said the chase scenes were repetitive, lacked suspense, though they praised the look, the art direction, and Weaver's performance. Ebert later said the alien was too fast, making chases seem contrived.
And the people involved. Michael Biehn, James Cameron.
Not happy, frustrated, and disappointed. Cameron called killing Hicks, Newt, and Bishop a slap in the face. Blamed Fox. Said Fincher was handed a big mess on a plate.
And Biehn got paid almost as much for just his photo.
For his likeness in that EEV crash report
Yeah.
photo, yeah. Almost as much as his entire salary for Aliens. Crazy.
What about Fincher himself, his first film?
He has completely disowned the film. Said in 2009, no one hated it more than me. To this day, no one hates it more than me.
Wow. He blames the producers.
Yeah. Said they didn't trust him. But Weaver defended him. Said she loved working with Fincher, but criticized Fox for being very idiotic and not supporting him.
Interesting divide. Charles Dance liked it, though.
Yeah. Dance defended it, thought it was better than Aliens, praised Fincher. So opinions were all over the place, even among the cast and crew.
But then came the assembly cut, released years later.
2003 on the Alien Quadrilogy DVD set. Fincher didn't participate, but it was based on his editing notes.
And it's longer.
Oh, yeah. Runs 144 minutes, over 30 minutes of extra stuff, extended scenes, deleted scenes, alternate takes.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, the assembly cut offers a fascinating alternative, right? Shows more of Fincher's vision, fills in gaps.
Exactly, and it got a much warmer reception. Critics generally called it superior, fascinating, even a disdainful critique of religion. It just feels more coherent.
What are some key differences?
Big one. The alien bursts from an ox, not a dog.
An ox, okay.
And Ripley and the inmates do manage to trap the alien in the toxic waste room in this version. They fail in the theatrical.
Ah, okay. Any plot holes filled?
Yes. Golik's fate. In the assembly cut, he escapes the infirmary, kills a guard, lets the alien out of the trap, and then the alien kills him. Explains where he went. More minor characters get clearer fates, too.
So it ties things up better.
Definitely. And by the 2010 Blu-ray, that extra footage was fully post-produced, color-corrected, sound mixed. Some actors even re-recorded dialogue. Much more polished. And the making of documentary got its proper title back, Wreckage and Rage.
Right. Beyond the film itself, Alien 3 spread into other things. Novelization.
Alan Dean Foster again. Included cutscenes, some that ended up in the assembly cut, but he wanted to change the story more, didn't like the script, and they wouldn't let him. Left a bad taste for him.
Comics.
Dark Horse did a 3-issue miniseries. Pretty faithful adaptation. One difference was Golik releasing the Xenomorph after capture, which, as we said, fits the assembly cut.
And video games, of course.
Yeah. Loads of them. Probe, Acclaim, LJN, Virgin Games. Mostly not very faithful, more like basic platformers with Ripley using aliens' guns. Game Boy had a top-down one. Sega did an arcade rail shooter, Alien 3, The Gun.
Was there anything else planned that didn't happen?
Funny you should ask. There was an unproduced animated series planned. Operation Alien.
An animated series for kids.
Well, Kenner Toys and Fox conceived it, but it got shelved. Worries about the Children's Television Act and maybe diluting the franchise's appeal to older fans. Fox was protective of that R-rated brand.
Makes sense. And we have to mention Gibson's script again.
Right. The unproduced Space Commies draft found this whole second life later. Comics in 2018, that audio drama in 2019, the novel in 2021. The discarded ideas just refused to die.
What a saga. So, recapping. Ambitious plans, Hicks-led sequels, space communists, biodomes, Luddite monks on a wooden planet. All before we even get to the chaotic shoot Fincher disowned.
A truly wild ride. But then the assembly cut emerges and finds this new appreciation, showing maybe a glimpse of what could have been.
This whole deep dive into Alien 3, it really shows a film born from conflict, doesn't it? A battle of wills, competing visions.
Absolutely. And it makes you wonder, when a film has that kind of birth, so many different creative forces pulling, can there ever really be one single definitive version?
That's a great question. And how much does knowing that backstory, knowing about the chaos, influence how we actually see the film now? Does it deepen appreciation for what they did pull off, or does it just confirm the flaws we thought were there?
It's tricky, isn't it? Does the story behind the story become part of the experience itself? Something to definitely think about.